Hello, 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 Sheeples. What's up?
Wow,
This
that
is
was
the guy.
loud. Hi.
Was that really loud?
Oh, what's up,
um,
dude?
I mean, we should start with a bang, shouldn't we? Like, just before we go ahead,
Bang, bang. Hrithik Roshan just.
like, this is the guy. This is the guy with the with no name. I keep changing my name every episode, so I mean, you get with the program, like you know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to explain it every time. um, while the other one is
Z. What's
Badi
up,
Del
what's up,
hai.
what's up, people?
Such a like calmer
Yeah, like,
introduction to yourself.
then. I was just reading a minimalism article and hearing the pods. I'm like, wow, that's a great space to be in. So I'm gonna continue talking like that before I laugh. Again, I can't do that for too long.
uh,
Oh.
but yeah, so I guess today we kind of wanted to revisit something that we've done a while back now. This was actually the first episode we ever made.
Yeah, this is
Uh,
rather like revisiting because like the first episode was mental health and then we did one on anxiety and now we're doing again one based on that. So ZB revisiting.
yeah, more so I think we wanted to do this about like overall mental health and how things have been during quarantine, how things have changed, like how are we doing personally, because when
Fuck
we
all.
started this
Like,
podcast
spoilers.
when when we started this podcast off, it was kind of we were at the time at least in a very low place for ourselves, I guess. We weren't sure of what's happening, we weren't sure of where we are going to go. So things have changed since then, but then things haven't changed as well. So yeah, so it's a very weird
I don't
mix,
know
but
what's spreading faster, Reliance Jio or COVID, but like everything seems to be out there. Like, and I'm like, okay, it's because a month ago I used to be like, can it get worse? And then I stopped asking that question because I realized the universe started taking it as a challenge. And I'm like, नहीं छूती है मैं ऐसे ही बोल रहा था. Every time I said it, I had a worse week.
uh
And now
it's
I'm like,
just
yeah, I'm
it's
good.
just
I'm good.
sad. I
Yeah,
think
I'm good.
2020 is just that year, man. it's just
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
like that, you have those
sad.
fancy ass superstitious buildings. You get in the elevator and you look
Yeah.
at the buttons and then you see the 12th floor and then you see the 14th floor. Like the 13th floor doesn't exist. So
We
in the
are on
metaphorical elevator of our life, this
yeah,
year thou
is
shall
the
not
13th
exist.
floor.
Fuck,
it's
seriously, man.
it's that. Oh,
Like it would have made sense if the year
yeah,
2012 was as shitty as this. But surprisingly,
that was
2012 was
that
brilliant. Like I
yeah,
was
that was not a
hungover
bad
for
year.
most part of the year. I was actually looking forward to the world ending because I'm like, yeah, I had all the fun
Actually,
there.
no, that was a bad year for me.
Oh
I
yeah.
gave
Oh,
my I gave my 12th exams, or rather was preparing for my 12th exams that year. And 12th grade is just something, just for the context of people who aren't from India. 12th grade is the those exams that we give before our university or college starts, like our main graduate degree. So this is like a precursor to like get being able to apply to these colleges. And this is one of those years where like that every parent is like, you gotta study, you need like you can have fun later on in life, like this is the time you need to spend on studying.
terrible. Like
And
just
yeah, uh, but like that year particularly, other than the fact that I did not study at all, like there were a good chunk of things that happened that kind of took my head off of it. So yeah, like 2012 wasn't a great year for me, so I mean, very different in that matter.
Dame son. So what
Dame.
has been happening otherwise? What was the past week for you like? Or at
uh
least what's been the mental health journey since the anxiety episode, which is not like almost 1.5, 2 months ago?
I think it's been a month, 1.5 months at least since then.
Been a while. So
Yeah,
what has been
I
up?
think a lot has changed since like the first episode itself, like barring like talking about anxiety as well. I think things have got especially in the matter of like when we were talking about we did not know where we were going or the direction we had with work and the kind of stuff we wanted to do. and we didn't understand how we'll go forward. I think in the past 3 months, 4 months, has it been 4 months? My God, it has been 4 months. We've had so much change, right, for ourselves, especially with starting the Sheeples. I've personally been able to do a lot of creative stuff, being able to focus on music, being able to focus on doing artwork, doing like whatever I really liked, and kind of being productive. So I think that really, really, really helped my personal mental health kind of headspace in a way, because it really felt like I'm doing something of value personally. Like it felt like, I'm working on something and not just wasting time. And it didn't feel like, oh, I'm just sitting at home and doing nothing. In a way, it just felt like something more tangible, and Sheeples has been amazing for that. Like, I've genuinely felt a lot better than I have in the past 6 months. And also, like, I guess the only thing I've kind of slacked off on is physical health, because lockdown has really taken that aspect away
Yay!
from
Are
me.
those pizzas rolling in? They see.
No, i'm
Oh, wait,
not
have
i'm
you
not
been
eating
doing
pizzas.
outside food yet, or not? Not as
No, no, no,
much.
no. I've not had outside food at all. Like, not even once till now.
Nice.
So I've not ordered in. Like, I've just had food, like homemade food, basically.
Okay.
And I think that's what, I guess, kind of healthy, but like it's not like we are making very health based, like, healthy food at home. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like fun, like,
Yay!
homemade
Deep
food.
fried, funky,
It's like rajma and stuff being made, and
Marwadi.
dude, rajma is goated. Just saying. Like, you know what? My name for today's episode is Rajma. Fuck it.
Oh, it sounds like some elite Hindustani godmother, like
Yeah, yeah,
Rajma
yeah.
Hazir
Rajma,
Ho. Like,
Rajmata ki jagah
whoa,
Rajma.
whoa, 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 damn.
No, but it's
What's
one of
up,
my favorite,
Rajma?
like, foods in general.
Dude, Rajma with some ghee is absolute fire.
Uh, you speak to a man's heart.
Dude, like
Uh,
sometimes just try like old refrigerated Rajma with bread, and like it's weird, but then it actually tastes nice.
oh, dude, I think that's what's gonna happen this week. I'll try it out
Mm.
definitely.
Uh.
But yeah, so overall, talking about myself, I think things have been better anxiety wise. If I wanted to talk about it, like, there was a period that, like, in between, I kind of had a dour period, like, especially the past month, maybe I can say. When it comes to anxiety and stress, my mother had been a bit sick,
Mm-hmm.
and Z knows a lot about this.
Yeah,
Like, he's heard
we
it
rode that
from
wave.
me. But it was so my mom kind of ended up having, like, this stomach infection, though in the beginning we didn't know it was a stomach infection.
That was scary,
And
man.
yeah, 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 so, like, especially the fact that her fever was fluctuating between 99 and 103. I was stressed, because she was worried that she might have COVID. I was like, oh no, is this, like, it is like, has this happened? Has COVID entered our house? Yeah, because we have like another old person in our house, like my grandmother, who's about 86, and that's why we stayed away from her as well for those days. That, oh, I hope we don't. So we got my mom tested, and like, those 2 days till we waited for those results,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God.
Dude,
It was like the most nerve-wracking thing ever.
I remember they took like the longest time like they could have. Like they could have come out with
Oh.
it shorter, but they're like, थोड़ा suspense तो बनता है ना जी, like थोड़ा
No,
तो.
man. Honestly, like, that suspense was so getting to me, because I couldn't focus on anything at the time. I was just like, you know what? Let's just hope things go well and nothing really, crazy happens or anything like that. And luckily,
Yeah,
it wasn't COVID. It
yeah.
was so we got her tested, and we got to know it was a stomach infection. And since then, she's been recovering. She's gotten better. Her fever is completely gone now, though she's still, like, not up to the mark, because she's still very weak. She's sleeping almost all day and eating really less. But you know what? She's recovered a lot since then, and it's a good thing. So that stress is gone. So anxiety wise, not so great.
Damn.
Work wise and other mental health space, fine. So it's been interesting. I'd say.
See, that's
Um,
you've been through like a roller coaster wreck, man. Like,
you say I have been through a roller coaster
eh,
wreck. I feel like your past few weeks have
dude,
been
मेरा तो जो
worse.
चूतियागिरी चल रहा है ना, like 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 I said, I have been regressing the fuck out of regression. Like that dude Nimkar would be so proud. He's like, this dude has figured out correlation in regression analysis. Like, this is the
Like
dude.
just to tell you sheeples about this, like Z has been AWOL for like almost like 2 weeks. He'll
Yeah,
he'll he'll have a conversation for me 5 minutes like in a
yeah,
week,
dude.
and
And
then
then the
suddenly
whole
he'll go
week,
AWOL.
just
Yeah.
just like I'm gonna go AWOL on his ass, and everybody like, and it's
Oh,
like
that just
that.
sounds wrong.
Yeah,
AWOL on his ass.
no, yo,
I didn't need that image in
no,
my head. Like,
yeah, no,
I
we
mean,
did.
so sorry, Sheeples. I think like just after we made that AWOL joke, the connection kind of went AWOL on our asses.
Yeah,
So, so that was
not
kind
trying
of
to
sad.
continue that joke anymore. But
Yeah,
yes, it's been like the past 1.5 months has been like sort of a slippery slope. Like, things are getting
yeah.
worse, and like it feels like the walls are closing in. I mean, weirdly, anxiety is better, like, because a
That's
month,
a something's a plus.
yeah,
Something's
like, a month and a half ago, like, I was very paranoid about the Rona, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna
right.
get it. I'm gonna get it," because it was there uh, in my apartment complex in my building,
Oof,
and then my building was shut, and then I remember it came in your building, and then your building was shut. So like, initially it was pretty scary. Plus, I have like a weird ass immune system where I keep getting like fluish every couple of weeks. So I was like, oh my
that's
god,
not
I'm
great.
gonna die. I'm gonna be dead. Like, so that anxiety was intense. Like, back when you recorded the anxiety episode.
Right.
But
Right.
after that, I mean, it's not so much more of a personal thing about I'm no longer scared about existence. I'm like, okay, that shit will figure itself out. But it's
So
it's more about
just
like,
just a question, like what
yeah,
kind of helped you get out of it? Yeah, like the
what
whole.
really helped me get out of it was actually uh, getting more involved in creating fragrances, or for anyone who's listening, doing anything that absolutely overjoys you. And if that is watching Twitch or watching Ninja stream on, well, he's a free agent now, but like, whatever he joins, we think he's gonna join YouTube, but yeah, so
Yeah,
whatever.
just like a fact, like
Yeah,
he's most probably gonna join. He's been doing test streams. He's
हाँ,
made a
हम
lot
लोग
of
उसके
money out of
एजेंट्स
it.
है ना, like we were hooking him up, like he's an old friend, so
But yeah, jokes aside,
बनता है
like
अपना.
what
So
what Z is saying is really true. Like I completely agree. Do what you
yeah,
love.
yeah. Oh, I thought you were
It might
talking
help.
about we're agents for him. I was like, fuck, okay, I'll play along.
I mean, we could talk about that, but like,
Yeah,
we
he'd
we
get
we'll
pissed
be
off.
moving
Like,
on.
we'll be
Yeah,
violating the NDA. So
yeah. We
yeah,
can't,
but
we
the
can't, we
point
can't
is,
keep it off the ground though.
I got more into fragrance creation, and
Yeah.
I like, on the productivity front, I really haven't been feeling like it, because all of these online courses that teach you a language and that teach you this and that,
Hmm.
I'm sort of like seeing through them now, because to be very honest, online learning is pretty shallow from the point of view, and again, it's a personal misgiving. It's not the fault of
Right.
the education provider. It's more like, I'm saying it's shallow because I can cheat on it, and it's so easy. Like, it's not even funny, and but the weird thing is, we need somebody to audit our ass, just standing on top of our heads and
Yeah.
making sure we're doing it. I mean, like I said, it's a personal fault more than anything. But for me, more than doing an online course, what really helps is doing something in action. So I've been
Hmm.
struggling to like get internships, and help somebody out in a live business case. And again, I'm being very specific, to try and get an internship in the fragrance
Hmm.
industry. But that's the thing, man. Like, people just aren't responding. It's not like I'm asking for a job. It's not like I want them to give me money. I'm basically offering advice and help for free. Even if I give shitty advice, it's still for free. So there's technically still no cost to that. But people don't seem to want to even reply to you anymore. And I can be sensible and empathize and go like, oh yeah, I'm sure they have a lot of work, and replying to me is not on their to-do list. But after a while, you just sort of run out of patience, and you're like, chuti aadmi, like reply kyun nahi kar. And yeah, so
uh,
that's one space. Like sometimes the whole guilt of 4 months have gone by, and I haven't done as much to justify that I was basically doing nothing at home, and I could have done a lot. So sometimes that gets to me, and that gets me down. Also, what gets
but
to me,
like honestly, like you've still been doing things. You've been doing productive stuff. It's not like you've not. I mean, we've started this complete like concept together, so I don't think like you've not done anything. I
yeah,
mean,
though for everybody
personally
listening,
saying,
85 to 90% of Sheeples is Mr.
hey,
Rajma.
hey, hey, hey.
He keeps
No, no.
doing. He's got his Rajma power on.
No,
I just
so
like. I'm like that sucky boyfriend. Okay, just shows up on the podcast or
yeah,
like.
I have to put this straight for you, dude. Like honestly, Sheeples is not just me. It's like all of us. Not just
Yeah.
us. It's all of
Hmm.
us. So at
Yes.
the end of the day, you are as much a part of Sheeples, as much like important to this particular concept and this whole community as like you are kind of saying I am, but like I'm just a part of it. We are working towards
In this
something bigger,
together.
and
Yeah.
we are working together. So you know what, don't put yourself down there. You like if you feel like you want to do a lot more, then we do it. Like I want to see you come on. Like
Yeah.
you can come on, you can do anything. So it's a free space for us, right? Like we say, it's a safe space. You can do what you want, and go from there. So don't feel like that. Honestly, I mean, I obviously I can't be like, Arey, don't feel like that, and you like stop feeling like that. Oh my
हाँ
god,
मतलब ओके,
such
इसने
difference.
बोला तो ठीक है, भाई ने बोला तो
uh,
करने का.
no,
Like
no, no. So I mean, wording
राजमा
it a
भाई
little
ने बोला
better,
तो करने का. Like okay.
wording it a little better, I would say, like, don't take yourself out of the conversation. Like
Yeah.
you're still as much a part of this duo as I am, and it's not like Sheeples wouldn't have been some a thing that happened if you weren't there. So
Mm-hmm.
don't put yourself down in that aspect. Like just say.
Will do, sir. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you that like Sheeples is a great thing that we built together, and it's like we fathered a child, like fathered and mothered a child.
Yeah.
But like I said, like there's this weird part inside us that is just disappointed with us all the time,
Fair.
and
Yeah.
is like desperately trying to find as many reasons as it can to be disappointed. And I think I'm living in that shadow for the past
Mm-hmm.
1.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I look myself in the mirror and like I'm like, I don't like this face," and I look myself like, oh my god, my physical fitness isn't as great as it used to be. And then I get on the guitar and I'm like, yaar, kal to isse acha bajaya tha. And I get on my fragrance game, and I'm like, yeah, what am I doing? I'm just recreating the classics. Like, when will I do something new? And
Right.
I think this critical part, like if I try to look at it objectively, I think it's a great side to have because it keeps you humble always. But
Mm-hmm.
in my case, I think it's sort of overweighing the other side, and that's causing like some sort of negativity to seep in, and I think that's not good. But yeah, that's one major factor, and the other major factor is that like I'm just so done with the people I stay around, because the people that I stay
Okay.
around in my locality are very insensitive towards street animals, and I have a
Oh,
bunch of
that's sad to
cats.
hear.
Yeah, I have a bunch of cats, that, like at least in India here, in Mumbai, in Bombay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I said Mumbai. I should have said Bombay. But wait, I have to be politically correct. I said Mumbai. Okay, so in
Politically correct.
the city of Mumbai, uh,
Mumbai is a bomb
so
city for sure. It's a
yeah.
bomb bay.
Oh my God,
I hate myself.
pizza,
I hate
pizza,
myself
PJ to
so
mangta.
much. So
Yeah,
much.
so in this city, in a lot of buildings, you have a lot of street cats, right? And it's these cats come in and they roam around in the building, and then they like nicely dig up your garden, poop inside of it, and then just chill. And they're sitting in the afternoon, and you're like, "Fuck, why
Yeah.
can't I be a cat?" Like those kind of cats. Uh,
Yeah.
but the people I stay around with aren't very sensitive, so they keep on finding new ways to like pass a notion and get all the cats removed, like call the authorities and get, even though they're just like sitting there minding their own fucking business. So like these people, they're not too sensitive towards the whole issue, and when they sort of when they drive their cars out, they just like the cats sort of sleep below the car at times, and you know these people just, I mean, it's too much to ask, I guess, but like even though I insist that please try and tap the car before you back it up, or you're sort of removing out of your parking spot, because a cat might be sleeping down there, but they don't pay heed.
Yeah,
So unfortunately few cats passed away that way in the past few weeks, and then
that's so
all of
sad
that
to
issue
hear.
happened, so I had to like sort of dig up graves and put them to sleep in the garden, and I
Oh,
had to do that also like sneakily, because if they would see me doing that, then they would be like idhar mat karo and throw it in the dustbin, and I'm like, what? So yeah, living around those kind of people that have absolutely like some that is like something that bugs me massively. Like to me, anything and everything you do is okay and is justified. But if you're insensitive towards animals, I think it's just like a red flag. Like
mhm.
the way you treat street animals, it automatically becomes my way of determining what kind of a person you are. And yeah, that man. So it's been a long month.
It's really like disheartening to hear that, like, especially like with the three cats you said that passed away.
Yeah.
Um, and like sometimes, though, I guess it's one of those things that has always been a part of Mumbai. Sadly, is that people don't really treat street animals the way they should be treated. They'll always be like, chased away, or like, just treated as, well, garbage in a way, if you want to, for
True.
a lack of a better word, because people don't really like, they'll like not care if they hit the animal. They don't care if, like, and this is not everywhere. Like, there are so many good people who are trying to help out
Dude,
such street
I know that
animals.
I remember that in your apartment, in your
Yeah,
building apartment space, you have two cats, and like
yeah,
nobody really.
now three.
Oh, how sweet is that, dude? And I know for a fact that I've asked you and you've told me, yeah, no one minds, everyone's okay with them being there, and I'm like, how
Yeah.
cool is that?
So you know the really like nice part about like this building especially is like there's no pet problem per se here. Especially the fact that, like, there are so many dog or like owners
Pet
in this
parents,
building
yeah,
itself, like dog
yeah,
parents. I think that's the better way to say it. Dog parents
yeah.
in this building. That, like, they're very okay with like animals being around. Especially like the dogs are really sweet. They'll just always be excited whenever they see you. Sadly, like during COVID, they haven't been able to get out as much. But they are
Hmm.
they are like, always energetic, excited, and the cats are always lazing around. Like, it's the complete opposite in this matter, because while you see the dogs just running around everywhere and being all energy all the time, I wish I could have that much energy in life. The cats are my spirit animal in this matter. That, oh, let's just sleep all day and
Yeah.
laze around and like in any spot that
You
we
be a
can find.
Persian meowth.
Oh, for sure, dude. Like, I'm a
You're
full-on
gonna
meow.
make it rain, bro. You're gonna make it rain.
Fully. Like, I need to use the coin move. What's the name of that move? I'm forgetting. Payday.
Payday.
I
Yeah.
do we all need a payday, like, in this
Yeah.
COVID time.
Fuck
But
serious.
um but yeah, like, I think that's really, like, it's one of those things that, since he did not speak to me as well during these 2 weeks, I had no clue what's going on.
Yeah,
Like,
and
he
then I
was
went into
feeling
this like,
even
yeah.
remotely in any of these things, like he was feeling any of these things, and this, like, in a way, this completely goes against what we spoke about in the
Yeah,
first
because I went
episode,
in that
right?
weird shell where I was actively avoiding talking to people. Even my own mom, who I stay with, I just like spoke to her in monosyllables.
And we were so
Monosyllables.
adamant about speaking out. Why,
Yeah, I
Zeke?
just do that, and I think that's the weird part that I want to add and edit to what I said a month ago is that you will have a moment. which might turn into a day, which might turn into a week where you just don't want to talk. And it's actually probably mentally, it'll mentally sicken you and maybe even physically sicken you, and you just don't want to tell anyone what's happening. And
Yeah,
it's weird, but for a very limited and short time, you need to be there. And the just the trick is to not be there too long. Now that's the problem because
yeah,
no one knows what's too long, right? And you don't want to be in a dark place without people around you. I mean, you
yeah,
might think it feels good, but there has to be a point where you withdraw and go like, okay, you know what? I've been down in the dumps for a long time, and you have to pick yourself up because like everybody else will just attempt to figuratively pick you up, but literally you're the only one who can pick yourself up. So that turning point has to happen,
yeah.
and you know,
But that
those
doesn't mean we can't lend a shoulder. Like,
yeah,
you know,
बिल
and
निकाल के
this is
सीधा.
this is this is one of those things that like I agree with Z about the fact that you need to give yourself that space. You need to be in that zone as well, because it's equally as important to kind of give yourself that time and understand what's happening. But like the more you dive deeper into it, and this is something I think I spoke about in that article as well that I wrote for the
Mm-hmm.
first episode,
Correct.
that when I was in this state of depression, when I had like I didn't know what's happening, what I should do, what can I change, like it was one of those things where it felt like I'm just in deep waters, and I'm just like going deeper and deeper each and every day, not knowing where to go or how to swim up again, right? Like it was one of those situations. And getting that getting some things out where, like it doesn't have to be right as things are happening. You don't have to like speak out and talk about the problem that you're having like as and when it's happening. But I think just having a conversation with not even about the problem, just having a conversation with people can make the biggest of changes. Because like I think especially after having this whole 1 hour chat with you yesterday, I feel like I can already see like a little bit or hear like a little bit of more of a livelihood in your voice, rather than
Yeah,
like
man.
that whole distraught sounding voice that I heard yesterday. Like
Yeah,
it
you
wasn't
just
it wasn't the
become
best.
disappointed, and you're like, fuck, everything sucks. And I just
But and I know that like just having a chat doesn't like change the world. It doesn't like change your mindset, but like I mean it can help lighten it. I don't know if it did for you. Like you're the one who can tell me about that. um
yeah,
but
honestly,
like
it felt good because I spoke about it when I wanted to. Like,
yeah,
but if if I would have forced myself to, maybe it would have not felt very authentic.
yeah,
But like it came after a couple of days of not talking, so I felt it I think it felt automatically better. And I think that's key, identifying the moment when you are okay to open up, because sometimes I don't know, man. There are people who immediately want to talk about what happens to them, and then there are those who want to sort of build up an archive of things to talk about. You just have to know what kind of person you are, but you
yeah.
have to be neither of those. You can't be someone who just never talks about it, because then you'll just end up with some sort of weird public outcry and just end up just pelting people around you with stones, and that will be ugly. So you don't want to get there to that point.
Like I think the main thing is, if you're getting to that point as well, right? Maybe it's that time of self realization where one of the biggest things you can do for yourself is maybe get professional help at the end of the day. I don't know like if that might help you, Z.
Yeah.
I think professional especially like with thoughts that if it's not going away and it's one of those things that you don't understand how you can fight, one of the biggest things is like genuinely going to a good professional more than anything else, and trying to understand what it is that you're going through. Maybe talking through with them, they have the better
Actually, right.
idea, right?
You are right,
um,
but I don't know, for a lot of people listening to this, if you can relate with it. I'm at that weird space where there is no income, and even though I want to go to a therapist, the whole idea of affording a therapist is something I don't even want to think about. And I'm sure a lot of people out there who've been going to therapists, or who want to start going, probably have lost their jobs. They don't know how they can afford, because a therapist is a professional and they've put in years in their training. So I don't expect them to conduct sessions free of cost.
Yeah,
There's obviously
yeah,
a charge to it, because they also need to run their family. And I'm sure if you are a great therapist, you have your own therapist who you go and talk to. So you have that expense too. But for a lot of people who can't afford therapists, this is a tough space. And
but do you
it's
think there
okay.
are places people can go to that would have like cheaper rates, or like just as a starter they can find therapists that
So
would help them for
Um, you know what? I
cheaper
think we
rates?
we we need to we have this Excel sheet that we like, a public Excel sheet, and we'll try to
Yeah,
find out therapists that have been known to be good and don't charge as much, or are charging less in these times because
yeah,
sessions are virtual. We'll put that up. But at the same time, we're trying to start this thing where we're talking about our own experience in a nutshell,
yeah,
and
yeah.
reading that. Our assumption, our hypothesis is that people will feel better when they read about what we went through and what helped us. So
I think
if we,
that's the biggest thing we can do as a community, right?
yeah, correct.
Like help each other out. Even if we
True.
can't, and like you said, like even if we can't pay for a lot of therapy right now, which if you can, we do recommend, like at times like this it does always help. But if you don't find, if you think you don't have the means for it, always, like like we said, like start small. Maybe start having that chat with and trying to understand yourself with the help of your family, if not your family, your friends. And um like Z is saying, like he went into his own shell for 2 weeks. I
Mm.
think it might have helped you. Like again, it did. I think to an extent, it felt good for you as well, right? Being with yourself
Yeah,
and
dude, don't get
being
me wrong. I'm
within
still there
yourself.
in that shell. I mean, it
Yeah,
feels weird. It feels weird, but I want to be there. And I don't know, have any way to
yeah,
explain that to the logical, rational person of, why would you want to stay in a place which
yeah.
is making yourself feel worse? But I don't know, man. Like, somehow I know I have time and I can do stuff. I can be productive, but at the same time, I am not doing anything to be productive, and kind of, probably in a weird way, feeding off that. And I don't know how to solve that, uh,
So
but I
I
know,
think neither can I really give anything or say anything
yeah,
that would help you solve that. But like all I can do is like, hey, whenever you need it, like if you want to do something, work or something, need help with something, that you always have the sheeples with you, like not only me but like everybody who listens and all your friends. And like they're always there to like you know be there to help you out with whatever you might feel like you want to do at that point. And it might be like making something creative, it might be
yeah,
making a tune that you sometimes do work on your guitar. And just saying, Sheeples, he does some really fun beatboxing. I've not heard him do it in a while, which I think
yeah.
maybe we should hear you do it once
My
or
beatboxing
sometime
spirit
soon.
animal is down in the low.
Yeah, but like you know what, like I would love to hear you get back to it one of these days. Whenever you feel comfortable with it.
Hmm.
Uh, but we can do something about that on a podcast or something.
Yeah,
But honestly, like I think the biggest thing I from my side I can do is like lend you a shoulder to help reduce the burden that you are feeling. I don't know how much I can help with that, and I don't know if it can be of any help at the end of the day. But if it is, then I'm like know that we as the sheeples, everybody is always there. And
thank you, Sheeple. That feels nice. That feels nice. Just having that offer on the table. I might not take it up, but knowing that offer is there on the table is a good feeling.
yeah, like just the fact that we can offer it. I like again, like I said, like we not having professional help at times. Like we also don't know what exactly is the problem, and I can't be like a diagnosis. I can't give you a diagnosis and analysis about like, oh, this is what you're suffering through, or this is what's happening. Like maybe you aren't like maybe you need this right now for yourself, right? You never know. Like you said, you like being in that shell at the moment, and
Yeah.
you don't know how to get out of it, but like you don't even want to get out of it at the moment anyway. But you know what? A counter question to that: do you feel like you ever want to get out of it at some point?
Very honest, I think if I keep lying down, like, metaphorically, if I'm sleeping and my alarm keeps going off, when I keep snoozing it, I think I could sleep all day, but I don't think that's good for me. And like drawing that parallel, I think if I let myself lay low, uh, and even though it feels good, I think I would never get out of it. But that doesn't mean that it's right. And I don't think if I didn't have help or didn't have friends, I would sort of it would be healthy. But I think it won't be great to leave that decision on me. I think I have to come out of it as soon as I can.
The only thing I can mention here is like the day you want to feel like you want to wake up right now, like just your phone is right next to you. It's ringing that alarm. Just pick it up, dial the number. You know my number. You can just give me that call. Like you've woken up. It's you're feeling that way because honestly, like I don't want to see you like out the whole time either. It doesn't like as a friend, it doesn't feel good to me as well to see you that way, right? Um, I mean, as much as you feel like it's fine right now, like I know that you have so much more you want to do and so much more you're working for, and I know that you can achieve it because you have the smarts and the brains to do it. So hey, uh, just like I said, like always there, and I think that's all we can do for our friends, right? Cheapers, like just be there, and if you feel like someone's feeling down for the past few months or weeks or whatever, just reach out to them. Not saying that you're the therapist, just say that you're like you're there, and if you can help them get professional help in some way or feel like they can get like we'll try to find out avenues where you can maybe get like professional help at a cheaper rate, um, and we'll definitely work on something like that. If anybody who's listening knows of any avenues, please do contact us. um, Let us know that these are the places, and we can kind of distribute those kind of numbers or those therapists names to people and put it on our stories and put it on
Mhm.
as an Excel sheet and send it to people and be like, these are people that can genuinely help you. But until then, until like you can't genuinely get that kind of help, just like that smallest thing you can do is just reach out to your friend and be like, reach out yourself, like ask them how they're doing. Don't say that, oh, are you like, don't ask two questions like, are you depressed, because nobody's gonna answer that.
Yeah, I
nobody's
think
gonna say
that's like.
nobody's gonna say like, oh, I'm feeling this down. The only
अरे
thing you
मेरे को
can
तो पता चला. Fuck.
the only thing you can do is like message them that, hey, it's been so long, how are you, like let's just have a chat about fun stuff.
Correct.
And you don't need to make it seem like you're talking about like sad stuff. It just needs to be like catching up, right? Like in the guise of catching up, in the guise of just having a chat, like reach out, because that genuinely can make a small difference. Like it might not be the biggest thing, but you might be able to make someone's day, or you might be
True.
able to make your own day. Who knows?
True. Yeah, I
Who
mean,
knows?
like it's weird, but like through helping others, weird way help yourself. I
Yeah.
don't know how that makes sense, but that's the thing.
That is, I mean, it's such a sensitive topic at the end of the day, right? Like we aren't professionals. That's the main thing. We are trying to wade through the waters of life ourselves. We don't know what's happening. We don't know what's waiting for us. We don't know what monster might pull us down.
Fuck,
So
seriously, man. We're all just like deeply scarred and trying to like help other people's scars. But I think that's where that whole element of hope, I think that still makes us go round, because like the whole idea that someone out there is trying to help you, and this could be like in any form. Okay, it could be your mom, it could be a friend, it could be somebody who likes you, it could be a puppy licking you, it could be anything. But just knowing that someone out there is trying to help, most of the times is a good feeling. I know there are weird times when someone's trying to help and you're like, why are you trying to help? I'm not even asking for it. Those spaces exist too, then they're very complicated. But most of the time, just knowing that someone is trying to help, like, trust me, like I would
like
advise,
yeah.
like, go out, play with a street animal. If you're paranoid, wear your gloves and your mask, and if your face cover, and just go out there and, like, pet puppy or like try to like scratch a kitten and like just feed a kitten or feed a dog. You know what? Don't even try to play with them. Just go and feed them some treats. And you know, in a weird way, sometimes just when I go out there and I feed these little fur babies, just seeing them eat is a very satisfying feeling. Just seeing them drink water from a bowl is a very
Yeah.
satisfying feeling. And just do that. In weirdly, when nothing helps you feel better, go out and do like a random act of kindness. It could be anything. Just eat a bread for a crow or a pigeon or a sparrow or like a bird.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you don't even have to go out of your house. Just leave a crystal of sugar in the kitchen for an ant. Like everybody can do that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that helps me at times. I'm gonna go find a sugar crystal now. So
Yeah, if not that, like play games,
oh damn,
play
what
your
game
guitar,
play? Yeah.
play your drums, play your piano. I
Yeah.
don't know, like
I
make
almost said
artwork, make
play with
artwork.
yourself,
That
but then
helps.
this is not that kind of podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
Yeah, no. Back to
actually, no,
playing
I'm
with
not
your
gonna say
guitar.
anything.
Yeah,
I'm not
no.
gonna say
Don't
anything.
don't feed that beast. Play the
Play your
guitar. We'll
flute.
stop at that.
Play your flute if you want. It's fine.
No, unless you're Squidward and you're watching SpongeBob.
Clarinets.
Clarinet, yeah.
Clarinet.
Was that Bernadette? Would you please play my
Yes.
clarinet?
Be the clarinet player. Be the clarinet player that you're born to be.
Oh
No,
my
joking,
God.
joking, joking. Jokes aside.
Yeah. That's what the movie Whiplash was
Jokes
all
aside.
about.
Whiplash is an amazing movie. Oh my god. I love that movie so much. So much. Anybody who hasn't seen it, please watch it. It is all about drumming, jazz drumming specifically, and oh my god. um
Yeah, we know Mr. Rajman loves that movie for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Is it
Uh,
like in your top three of music movies? I'm sure the Freddie Mercury movie would be like somewhere up there as well.
so I mean, Freddie Mercury movie is great, but I think it might not be in my top 3 music movies, to be fair.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
God. That's refreshing. Someone finally said it.
you know
I
which
haven't.
movies are actually in my top 3 music
Yeah,
movies,
tell me.
like since we are on this
Yeah, yeah.
conversation.
What? Which
Um,
ones?
so the 3 that I would say are there are Sing Street. Um, this is a very fun movie that was it's an indie movie that was made by I think a Scottish person,
Mm-hmm.
Scottish or British person. It's all about this like kid trying to impress this girl by telling her that he has a band, but he never had a band before that, and he genuinely ends up making a band with his friends, and he finds out that he really does love music more than anything, and they start making like good songs, and how like they discover their own passion for what music is. It's such a sweet movie, such a beautifully constructed movie, and definitely worth a watch, like if you haven't seen it. uh Sing
Nice.
Street is that. The other movie would be School of Rock. School of Rock.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a
School of Rock
childhood
I've seen.
it's a childhood favorite of mine. I
Then
remember watching Jack
what
Black just
Jack
shredding
Black,
it on the guitar.
Kung Fu
Shredding the
Panda,
guitar.
dude.
Oh, it was such a good movie, man. Like honestly, Jack Black and the kids and everything, like just Mr. Schneebly being Mr. Schneebly. Like it was such a fun movie, such a fun movie, and
Damn.
just like Jack Black's energy in that performance and the way he, um, like played his role was so much fun. Such a nice to watch. So that,
Nice.
and yeah, Whiplash is in my top 3 for sure, because Whiplash is beautiful in the way it's made. The way they've shown the drumming, the way they've shown the characters, how they develop, and the focus on the music especially is so good. Definitely worth watching. Yeah, so these are my top 3 music movies. Um,
Nice.
what about you? See, just as an ending to our fun conversation, I guess, on
Yeah.
mental health.
Yeah.
Fun, I say fun, but yeah, just as a thing, like as a fun, I don't know, as an ending that wouldn't be as dour as our conversation was, I guess.
Uh,
Like what are your top three music movies, or top three movies if you don't have like music movies?
yeah, I don't have the music movies thing, but I have top three movies for sure. I think like without any specific order, I think one of those movies will definitely have to be Harry Potter because who are we kidding? Like,
Yeah.
uh,
With you, I
the
shouldn't expect anything else.
yeah, the other one is the How I Met Your Mother movie. That I don't care if it's not made yet. I will make sure that it's made at some point. So it's a movie
Jesus.
that's yet to come out soon to hit the screens, people.
Yeah.
And I think I would end with like a nice animated movie, and that will probably be How to Train Your Dragon. That is a really cool
Oh,
movie. I
you
really
you
love
are like
Toothless.
speaking to my heart right now with How to Train
Yeah,
Your
right,
Dragon.
right, dude. There's a whole
Whew.
series on Netflix that I didn't know about, and I'm like, whoa,
You know what?
what
You know what? Like, let's do an episode just about How to Train Your Dragon soon.
fuck? That
Want
would
to
that
do the
would.
next? I think next one. Next one.
I need an excuse to watch those movies again.
Sheeples.
So like,
Sheeples. The next one is about How to Train Your Dragon.
fuck, toothless
But
scenes happening.
toothless scenes. But yeah, so I think we were able to build a conversation around mental health, especially during this lockdown time. Z specifically has been feeling not the best, and uh, like do send him love over Sheeples,
Yes,
like social medias,
in
especially
the
like
form of coffee. Send
over
lots of
Instagram,
coffee,
where you can
please,
find us
as
on the
much as you
Sheeples
can.
People, Twitter, Sheeples People, and on Reddit, where again we are the Sheeples Podcast. So like
Crickets chirping on Reddit, like.
yeah, or you can watch our episodes on YouTube. So the Sheeples on YouTube, you can find us there. But yeah, I hope like you guys, you Sheeples also have like some food for thought about it. If y'all have anything y'all want to tell us, or like y'all feel is important for us to know or discuss, or even have information about any therapist that can provide their services for a uh, lower cost or cheaper charge in general, we would love to share the information with everybody else. So let us know how it goes. And yeah, um, I guess this was Rajma signing out.
This is Z signing off. Thanks for listening in, Sheeples. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, see you on the next one. Bye, sheepers.
Sheeples.